to the Relation Station with Rob and Robin. Thank you so much for joining us. And before we go any further, I'd just like to give a history of the Relation Station. And that is that God laid on our hearts to share our testimony of relationships. We're a blended family, and it was kind of taskful, but we were important enough to each other to get through it. And it was only through the grace of God. And so we didn't have anybody giving us any, coaching or how to do this thing. We walked through it on our own. So we're here for you. So we want to share what we've gone through and share how we got through it. And we just hope that you guys enjoy it. We hope that we can help you in some way. So before we get started, though, we want you guys to just be sure to
like, comment, subscribe,
yes,
and make sure you hit your notification button so you notified when we drop new videos.
Yes.
Yes. So please, like I said, subscribe now.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, just hit that subscribe button and subscribe now.
Right.
So you be there so you know when we drop videos.
Yes. Please, we want you to be a part of the family.
Yes.
And so you'll never have to feel that you're out there by yourself again.
Right.
All right.
All right.
All right, so Rob, can you give them the history of what we're talking about?
We're gonna get started?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. We started on our last video. We started with the word love, and we broke the word love down into listen, observe, value, and what's the last one?
Embrace.
Yes. Right. So we broke it down, and love is very important. You know what I'm saying? And God is love.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the main thing. Love is very important. But I'm gonna say this: love doesn't keep a marriage together, though.
No.
It's a lot of other things in that, because there's a lot of people that's divorced today that still says they love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I love them.
I still love them. I still love them, but we can't live together.
That.
Right. There's a lot of other reasons behind that, and so God actually gave us this, and so we're just gonna share it with you. You know what I'm saying? So the first video, you can go back and watch it, was listen. Now we don't observe. So I got my notes here. I'll be looking down. The word observe. And let me also say this. We not marriage counselors.
All right, we got to do that.
We not experts in this.
We are not.
We don't have degrees in relationships or anything like that.
No.
It's just we giving our wisdom, things that we've been through, things that God have brought us through.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And just dropping nuggets on you. As Robin said, we really didn't have people to go to.
Right.
Because
you can't talk to people that are not in your situation.
Right.
Like if you haven't gone through what I've gone through, then how you going to tell me how to do it?
Exactly.
So we didn't have that.
Right.
Yeah.
And even our parents, they didn't,
Yeah, they weren't down.
Yeah, they didn't go through, certain things that we went through. They gave us some. Yeah. But it wasn't, things that we were dealing with at the time. You know what I mean? And then you got different generations. So, and so now God has laid it on us to share with you guys. And we're going to see how this goes.
Authentic.
Yeah. It's authentic.
Yeah.
Oh, we real. We real. There's no, we don't have like a script. I mean, but we don't have a script. You know what I mean? We're going to tell you straight from the heart, because it's all love of things that we've been through and how we got through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How we dealt with it and how we looked at it and what brought our marriage even closer and the kids as well. And so we just here to share with you and just to enjoy this time. So please enjoy. Sit back and just watch and listen, right?
Yeah. Right.
All right, let's get into it. We don't be before you too long.
No.
We're going to go in here and get right out.
Right.
All right, so let's observe. Observe means to see, to watch, and perceive. Now, let's start with see, S-E-E. To see, let me say this. How I'm going to say it. When you first start out, before you get in a relationship, check this. You got to see yourself.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention to yourself. You can't go into a relationship and then want to figure out who yourself is, or you want the other person to figure out who you are, why they don't understand who I am, and you need to know this about me. But they don't know any. How they gonna know you? You don't even know yourself.
Yeah, right.
So you have to get in a relationship. You have to be sure in yourself. You have to know who you are. You can't come in just saying I'm gonna get with somebody and then I'm gonna be happy. That person's gonna make me happy. No, you should always. You should be happy before you get into a relationship. That's not your goal. Is for someone else to make you happy, to bring you joy. But when you do get in a relationship and you sure in yourself, because when we got together, we were sure in who we are.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We were definitely sure in who we are. We were straightforward. We were honest. We was very honest with one another. We had communication in the beginning, which was awesome because the individuals that we are, we didn't want to come in there second guessing
Right.
or being, all over the place because of what we've been through in the past.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't.
Yeah, that'll get you there.
Right. Ain't got time for games or
Right.
anything like that. We're gonna be straight up. I'm gonna tell you just what I want. She said this is what she wants. This is what she's not looking for, and vice versa. So we understood who we were. You understand? So we came in sure for. We wasn't looking to get anything to make us happier
Right.
from the other person. You must pay attention to yourself before a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to see yourself before you commit. Know yourself. Look inside.
Yeah.
Say, who am I? You know what I'm saying? Well, the flaws,
Yeah.
the bad stuff.
Yeah.
We can say something positive about ourselves. We gotta look at the good and the bad, but sometimes we tuck that bad stuff down real deep, and we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to bring it up.
Right. Oh, but then it comes up in your relationship, though.
Oh, it does. It
yeah,
does.
and that's not fair.
It
That's
sure
not fair
does,
to your
yes.
mate. So yeah, go ahead and get that out, so you don't have to deal with that.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yes. We must watch. Next one is watch. Your partner, especially in a marriage, you have to pay attention. Even dating, let's go to dating. Even dating, you have to pay attention to the person that you're getting to know. We say we pay attention to them, but I notice even going out on dates in past, it sometimes can be one sided. Excuse me, it can be one sided. The one person doing a lot of talking, the other person just sitting there.
Right.
They're talking about themselves, da 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 da, and the person that's doing a lot of talking, they want you to hear. They want the other person to hear everything about them, but they could care less about the individual that's on the other side of the table. You know what I mean? And to build a healthy relationship, you can't be like that.
Yeah.
You have to be. It's both sides. We have to learn one another because you got two individuals that are strangers coming together, trying to build something, and they don't know each other.
Yeah.
So I gotta learn her. I gotta study her. Just like when we in school, when we in college, we study to know. We gotta study to know. So I gotta study to know her more and more in our conversations. Her mannerisms, the way she, how she act in certain
Settings.
Yeah, settings and things like that. So we have to pay attention. We gotta study that individual.
Yeah.
We don't want to take time, and it takes time. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's not.
It's not
Won't happen
microwave.
overnight.
No,
I know that's what society try to put us
Right.
in that
Real
quick, hurry up. But
Slow down.
not if you want
We gotta slow down.
a stable, healthy relationship.
Yes.
It's gonna take time to be.
Yes, because if that's what you want to do, then you're gonna do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like you in school.
You make time for whatever you
Right.
want.
Right.
Yeah. If you want that, then you're gonna have to do what you got to do to get it.
True. That's very true.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because when we're in school, our ultimate goal is, especially in college, you get a degree. And so I'm gonna work hard to get this degree. So our
Right.
purpose is to get a good job, make good money, and stuff like that. So the ultimate goal in building a relationship is the marriage. You know what I'm saying? So if I want the marriage, I need to study this individual. I need to know who I'm marrying, who I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We take that for granted. We just figure, we just go ahead and get married. We figure it out as we go along.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, that
That's
causes a
major
lot
problem.
of issues. That causes a
Yeah.
lot of issues.
Yeah.
The last one is perceive, and we must recognize who our partners are.
Oh man.
We go into marriage and we just call them our wives or our husbands. We put the title of it because you're in a marriage. But yeah, when you're in a marriage, that's husband and wife. But who are they? Like we, and I've seen this before. They always say that's my wife or that's my husband, but they have a name. Like I'm Rob and she is Robin.
Right.
I look at her as Robin first before wife. We already married. That's already my wife. I don't look at her. I look at her as Robin. She is my wife. You understand what I'm saying? I got to know who she is. She's a mother. You understand what I'm saying? She's a wife. She's everything. She's you know what I'm saying? She got a career. She this that everything. And so I got to look at the individual, not the title, but the individual,
Right.
who they are, who she is. And that's what we must do. We must pay attention to the individual.
Yes.
Don't be quick to, that's my such and such. No, what's their name? Who are
Right.
they?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That is so important.
What is their personalities? What is this? Yes, we negate that.
Yes.
And we just figure, okay, that's my wife. She's supposed to do wifely duties, or that's my husband. He do the husband duty. Well, who is your husband?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He may not like that. He may do, you know what I'm saying?
And what are those duties? Like, get out of here. Everybody's different. Everybody's individualized. And every relationship is individualized. You know, you can't base your relationship on somebody else's because you're all different people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, know who they are. Know who
you
the
gotta
person.
know their
I had to know Rob,
Mm-hmm.
you know, before I could know anything else about him.
Right. You got to.
Yeah.
You gotta, and that all comes from observing. You gotta study that person.
Yeah.
You got to.
Right.
We think not, and I'm just saying being a creep and just staring at them. Not like that.
Right.
Y'all know what I'm saying.
Right.
You gotta learn them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How can you be in the same household you don't know the individual?
How about that?
You know what I mean? You gotta learn them. You gotta study that individual. You gotta just, you know, you have conversations.
Yeah.
Communication is the key.
It is key.
Yes, it's very important. You gotta talk to that person. Not a one-sided conversation though.
Right.
It's got to be a mutual conversation.
Conversation is between two people.
And more, you got to listen.
Right.
And go back to that first one. You got to listen.
Right.
Gotta listen.
And you know, when you're observing, you know, it's like you're spotting something that individualizes that person. You know, it's like I noticed something about you. I spotted this about you. You know, and sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you say out loud. It's just something that you notice inside yourself, and you're like, huh. You know, like when I met Rob, I noticed that he was, you know, that he had a son that wasn't even one, right? Dang, and he's like 16 today, y'all. That's crazy.
Right.
But he had a son, and I knew that if I ain't get in with baby boy, then this relationship probably wasn't gonna make it. You know what I mean? Like he was very important in his life. And so I was like, okay, that's key. And the fact that he had his son a lot, that was another thing that I saw. So, you know, then inside myself, I took the time to say, okay, so he has his son, you know, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, or whatever those days were. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let him be with his son. You know, and then we'll hook up on the days that he don't have his son, making sure it wasn't the days I had my kids. You know, that's what happens in blended relationships when you got kids. Yeah. You know, we weren't trying to invite our kids and hook our kids up automatic and all fast. And you know what I'm saying? You don't want your kids to be checking all your people while you floating around trying to figure stuff out. That's just not cool. That's true. And so it was like, okay, what days we got clear? Saturdays and Tuesdays? Okay, that's going to be our days that we hook up. You know what I mean? And so, but that was something that I noticed from the beginning because I took that time and like Rob said, from previous relationships, you learn this stuff. And so you try to do, you know, when you see something different and you like, I don't want that no more, you have to change it. And so I noticed that. And, you know, it's important that you observe enough, your mate enough to know different things about them. It may be something small. Just like a favorite color, you know, a favorite food. I mean, those kind of things are important. I noticed when I met him that he liked blue because every time we went out, he had on a blue blazer, blue hat, you know, Scully, he had, you know, a blue sweater or it was a blue t-shirt or it was just, you know, I said, he must like blue. You know what I mean? And I didn't have to say that out loud, but that was something that I picked up on and I just kind of, let me tuck that in my pocket. You know, and so, I mean, for later, if I wanted to try to give him something, I'm like, I'm going to make sure it's blue. You know what I mean? The little things that seem very minute and that they don't matter, they matter. They do matter. Like, it matters that you recognize that I like this color red or I like pink or, you know, my favorite food is a chicken wing. And that's true. I'm just saying, that's important. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was really cute and endearing when you do that. Also, it's important to observe your mate or whoever you're dating in a setting with their family.
Yeah, that's cute.
See how they interact with the fam. You know what I mean? That was one thing that, you know, Rob did with me because it was like, you know, there, you know, like we, the outsider, can see what you can't see being the inside.
Right.
And so,
I was coming into a new.
Yeah, he was coming into this, and I'm in this already, and I had given him prerequisites about stuff, but nevertheless, when he finally saw it in live time, then he could observe certain things about me, and then he was observing like, hey, something goes on after you leave your family functions, and what is that? That's funky, or whatever it was, you know what I mean? Or if my attitude changed, or if I was hyper, or if I got, now I'm yelling and screaming at everything, or was I lovey-dovey afterwards, or whatever the situation is. You need to observe your mate in their family settings.
Right.
And I'm gonna say this to women. I'm not sure how men do this, but I'm female, so I can talk about to the women.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, observe your man with his mama and his sister if he has one. If he disrespect them, he gonna disrespect you. Mm-hmm. Okay, know that. Mm-hmm. Don't tuck that in your pocket. Like, that's not minute. That's humongous. All right. Mm-hmm. So if you see that happening, he be like, nah. No, nah. Don't let that slide. That's not okay. Right. So, but that's something you have to pay attention to. It has to be that important to you. Just slow down. Don't let society tell you how to run your life. Stop letting them do that.
That's true.
Stop letting them do that and make you rush and feel like you got to do something. It's a time clock. Oh, my clock ticking. Stop. Mm-hmm. Stop. You see time is rolling back. 60s looking like they 50, 50s looking like they 40, and all of that. Right. You understand? So your time is fine. Mm-hmm. Your time is fine. Just take your time and get to know whoever your mate is, this person you want to spend the rest of your life with, this person you're going to lay down with, when you're sharing your most intimate parts with this person. It is very important to know who they are. Right. Slow down. And observing just expresses, your love and attentiveness to details. You got to do that. Like, that is a key part of a relationship. Just those little tiny small things that you do, in between, are precious. It's precious in those times when you may be having a stressful time. If there's a stressful time and, and I bring Rob a blue polo hoodie or something, that may just take the edge off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back 14 years ago when I remembered that his favorite color was blue. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So let's not just, fly over that and try to jump in the bed. Listen, that's coming. Okay? The hump and bump is coming. Right. Okay? But you don't want to just be humping and bumping all over the place and with anything.
That's true.
You just don't. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know. We need to grow up, be mature, and, and be real flat-footed in who you are and what what you're looking for. Like, you need to know that too. You need to know that up front. Mm-hmm. Right? And that's in knowing who you are.
True.
For real.
That's very true.
All right, that's real talk.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, y'all, we done.
That's it?
That's it.
All right.
I thought that was real good because that's a major piece.
It is.
Observing, and because that's something you got to take your time and do.
It is.
You got to take your time and do that. But we appreciate you guys for listening.
Yes, we thank y'all for joining. Yes. Thank y'all. Like we said in the beginning, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, comment, all that good stuff. We thank y'all for joining.
Yes, thank you so much. Make sure you share it too.
Yes.
Just make sure you share it with the next person and get them to subscribe too so they can get some information.
Yes.
You never know. You never know. True. It ain't going to hurt. We ain't out here to hurt nobody. We just here to help. Right.
All right, guys. We thank y'all for joining.
Till the next time.
Yes, we see y'all.
See y'all.
All right.